was predicted 1,000 years in advance by Wang Chongyang, the founder of complete reality Taoism, that Dr. Wu Baolin would be the master hand of I Ching calculation in our time. I've heard him make many predictions, months and sometimes years in advance of the events. In the year 2000, he was asked to predict the outcome for the US presidential election, and that was running between Al Gore and George W. Bush. His final calculation, which he revealed to several people in his Qigong classes months in advance, was that the event would come down to two numbers, 9 and 5. That would be the difference in the voting. And most people shook their head, and they didn't understand because the United States has millions upon millions of voters. So not too many people took him seriously, and others sort of doubted his state of mind. But as history shows, the outcome was decided by the 9 Supreme Court justices, and the final vote was 5-4 in favor of George Bush, who he had chosen as his winner. There was also the 2004 Taiwanese elections. This was a request from his translator at the time, and she was a Taiwanese national, and she wanted to know who the winner would be in that election. And there was also somewhat of a contest or a bet that was being put on by a restaurant, and this was mostly as a promotion to get people in, to get things stirring, and to drum up business. Dr. Wu put his hat in the ring, and his final prediction was that it would be decided by 30,000 votes, and the difference in the voting was actually only 500, less than 500 votes. It was 29,518 votes, I believe, and that's as reported by the New York Times. Dr. Wu Baolin was also the only I Ching master to pick the incumbent, President Chen Shui-bian, as the winner, when all others had chosen the challenger, Lien Chan, to win handily. But this was not the outcome. I've witnessed him make many predictions, becoming very accurate, and also accessing the past when necessary. So in July of 2021, as Dr. Wu was lecturing to our study group, the Neijing I Ching study group, he asked us all to begin preparing to worship the bear and the eagle in the coming year of the tiger, year of the tiger 2022. And so we didn't really ask too many questions about that, not that he would have answered. And so we began making preparations. But none of his students really understood the depth of what he was telling us at the time. But in 2022, after the start of the war between Russia and Ukraine, he began to reveal why he had made that request the year before. The tiger is the martial king, and although sometimes very kind, mostly they are enforcing heaven's laws, and do so without asking permission or using diplomacy. They simply attack. By worshiping the bear and the eagle, we can ourselves help to mitigate the damages being done, not only to those on the battlefield, but also to level the repercussions around the world from these actions. Not everyone has the ability to take action. Not all of us can march onto a battlefield. Not all of us can march onto, the White House to make requests or to file, to do anything. And some might think prayer is not that useful. But Daoist and esoteric Buddhist monks believe that if 500,000 people concentrate their mind, concentrate their efforts on the same wish, that we might be able to help change heaven's mind. The Taoists have a word for this ability. Nian Li. Nian Li means wishing power. In Dr. Baolin Wu's book, The Eight Immortals Revolving Sword of Pure Yang, there is a story about this mental energy, if you will, and force. In the section titled With Heart and Without Heart, it describes an iron pagoda in Beijing. And there had been a reporting to the White Cloud Monastery that this pagoda was starting to lean. So Daoists know that under this pagoda are stored many hungry ghosts and demons, put there by Daoist master Liu Bo-wen in the Ming Dynasty. Liu Bo-wen was responsible for clearing Beijing before it becoming the capital, and that was part of his duties. If the pagoda leans, it is because the imprisoned are trying to escape, and this is a serious matter. Dr. Wu's teacher, Master Du Xinling of the White Cloud Monastery, placed a talisman inside a tea shop next door to the pagoda, on the wall. Whenever people gathered around the talisman to discuss its unique characteristics, the talisman had the ability to gather their Nian Li, or their thoughts, their energy, or force. This talisman continued to build up and gain power. After several years, Dr. Wu revisited the Iron Pagoda with his teacher, and it had straightened on its own. This is an example of the power of prayer. Although the war is officially between Ukraine and Russia, it is no mystery that the United States is funding the Ukraine. This is the power of Dr. Wu Baolin's talisman, which emerged in Dr. Wu Baolin's I Ching calculation. In his mind's eye, the bear is Russia, and the eagle, the United States. And although this may appear very obvious at this juncture, remember that this prediction came approximately 10 months ago, still in the year 2021. And so it is his wish that everyone who might believe in this or not believe in this pray to these two creatures and try to appease them, and perhaps we can all change heaven's mind and end the war sooner than later.